Hello there, I'm back, and if you're a fan of watching the Windows XP Pipes screensaver for hours on end, oh boy, have I got the speed build video for you. The aim of this episode is to add some charm and character to the currently rather aesthetic and sterile gasworks, and what says charm and character like thousands of meters of medium diameter steel pipe work? I'll tell you what, nothing. An important part of the concept of this build is enabling suspension of disbelief for the narrative that this park is in fact built from the remains of an abandoned industrial site, rather than just built from scratch in an industrial style. This requires a careful balance between building in a realistic utilitarian style and injecting enough magic and wonder to create a compelling theme park attraction. The scenery design of this zone works to achieve this balance by featuring a network of pipelines in the style of an oil refinery, embellished with exaggerated geometry to create scenery interactions with the roller coaster. A key feature is the scenery design of the launch. Pipework is used to simulate an exposed hydraulic launch system. The orange cylindrical tanks are intended to be hydraulic accumulators, while the pipes running alongside the launch are intended to appear to direct hydraulic fluid to underneath the train during the launch. Real hydraulic launch systems use a hydraulic motor driving a cable pulley system, so this part is designed more for visual appeal than for realism. The launch pipes feature a series of pressure release valves which contain steam jet effect generators. These activate in sequence as the train launches, creating the impression of high-pressure fluid moving up the pipes as the launch occurs. Something you may have noticed is the increased acceleration factor of this video. On my last few videos, the ratio of time spent on producing the voiceover to the time spent on building was reaching over 2 to 1, and it was beginning to wear on what precious little remains of my sanity. Oop. There it goes. It's gone. So, I decided that the answer was speed. After the amphetamines kicked in, I had the idea to increase the time-lapse acceleration factor. Just kidding. Amphetamines only work on biological life forms. This video is accelerated by an unprecedented rate of 17 times. 17. They said it couldn't be done. The absolute madman, they said. But I did it. So who's crazy now? Mawahahaha. Mawahahaha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. I'm now the speediest speed builder ever to have built at speed, at least to my knowledge, which is exhaustive and irrefutable. I rebuilt the cylindrical tanks from the last video in order to take advantage of the more recently improved placement tools to allow each tank to be contained within one building. I also added a splash of color to add some much-needed playfulness. Don't get too attached to that particular color palette though, I come back to revise it a few more times yet. Next I experiment with using art primitives to create spherical objects. Think, a whole roller coaster themed around 3D solids. Someone should do that. Perhaps they could name it after an early 20th century art movement. Well, I'm sick of talking to you, so I'm going to stop now. There's a real-time part at 20 minutes and 19 seconds if you're into that sort of thing. I know I've done it before, but, oh yeah? Well, I'm going to build my own theme park, with blackjack, and hookers. In fact, forget the blackjack and the park.